we've got to really build on what we did this year and take it forward next year, because like you said, it's a really big year for the club.
What we're all about. We're all pals, and then we all dragged each other over really at the end.
It's nudged to the side and Taylor will fire it! Oh! What a goal! What a goal!
It's not about me today, it's not about anybody else, it's about the Spennymoor Football Club, and like I said, I'm disappointed, I'm heartbroken. But you just got to look and take stock and look where we've come from. It's our second year in the league.
I think every year you've got to progress, haven't you? You know, and it's disappointing that some players wanted to leave for their own accord, but that's football. You know, we've always been a big fish, especially around the northeast, and now we're competing with some fantastic clubs, and us being one of them. So it's important that we bring the right people in. You know, the lads who came in last year, the Dixons, the Chantlers, you know, the Jordan Porters, they all brought something to the table, and they got us to a place where we've never been before in our football history as a club. So they can take credit for what they've done, but we felt as though we needed to move forward, and hopefully the players that we're going to bring in will strengthen what we already have at the club at this present moment in time.
I was on holiday and I heard that obviously Jay was looking to recruit, and just by chance Jay lives in Stockton, the same as myself. I'd ran into Jay, had a little chat with him about it. Jay was keen to not speak any further before Tommy got back off his holiday. He wanted to get the three of us together and make sure we all married up, and it was the right fit for everyone really. So we did that, realised we have very similar thoughts and want to push in the right direction with each other.
It's been really good. It's good to get in and meet all the lads, and they're a good bunch. I know quite a few of them from playing against them. The lads when we played in the playoff final 2 years ago, but they've really taken to them. They're a great bunch, and I can't wait to start.
I can bring experience, I can bring a positive personality into the changing room, hard work, and hopefully I can play in most ways that the coach wants to play.
Fresh start. It's something what I've needed. I think for the past few years, I think I've just been stuck like a rut. I think we've at Newcastle. So getting out playing men's football now and proper football, and just enjoying the football again, I think it's going to be really good.
I think the Chester game was sort of a gauge to where we're at. I think, like you said, when your first game was against Chester, on a fantastic sunny day, big crowd, and you come away with a point, you're certainly happy with that, and I was certainly happy with the second half of the performance against Chester. I think we were lucky to get the draw, a magnificent header from Glenn in the 93rd minute. You know, and it wasn't, it was a mixed emotions after them 5 games, because I don't think we played badly at all. you know, and the players didn't feel as though we were playing badly. But obviously it's a results business, isn't it? And we know that, and we give ourselves a really high, you know, a real mountain to climb over the season. Really, we weren't great, but we scored a great goal with Rama, and then we scored a goal. I think it was Glenn at the end to seal the win.
No disrespect to Boston, but they're second in the league, and I think we're a better team than them. All round, got better players than them. They might have an off day, but I think from 1 to 11, and to be fair, 1 to 16, we're a better team than them. We should be second, and they should be where we are. Not being disrespectful to them, but that's how I feel.
Better in the first 5 games than we did in the 6th game. But that's just about football, isn't it? It's fine margins, and we won that game, and then we went on to to enjoy a good period of wins.
Nice to come off on score. Obviously, the lads grafted all game, and luckily I got a chance and stuck it away, so went on to win the 3 points.
We're starting to put some good performances together, so we're just going to keep climbing that table, and who cares what people think, really. We'll just keep doing the business, hopefully.
It was just a surreal experience where it took forever to get there. We had an overnight stop, which the club fantastically do every time we need one. Yet we were still late for the game. We had to come in through the back door and go on the pitch, and it was one of them where you felt as though it wasn't going to be our day, but we were magnificent on the day. I know it helped there, the man sent off, but we really, when you talk about game management, that was a perfect game management performance. York performance, when you look at last year where we drew and we lost, and they're such a big club aren't they, at this level, and you always want to do well, and you knew it was going to be a big crowd under the lights at the Brewery Field, and that was a performance of real quality. I think we had to dig in for the first 15 minutes, we had to get used to how they played, but in the end, for a full-time club and a part-time club, at the end of 90 minutes you wouldn't have known which club was the full-time club and which one was the part-time club. So immensely proud of that performance on the night. Very good in possession, we did really well. Went 1-0 up, and then we had a man sent off, and it was, like I say, they utilised that man advantage very well, and were comfortable winners in the end. But I was really delighted with the performances out of Ashton, of York, and Brackley to a certain extent. Chorley's always a difficult place to go, always. In the years I've been there, in Evo Stick and the Unibond League, whatever it was called, very difficult place to go. And it was backs to the wall for a little bit. We had a couple of lads missing. We put Thax in midfield, which who had an hell of a game that day. And we dug in, and I think that's when I say dug in, I think that's been the sort of the spirit that's helped us over the season, where when things haven't been going well, the lads of the togetherness of the club and the players and the supporters and everybody connect with the football club is shone through, and that was certainly that day where we've got a penalty, and then Rob scored a great header to win the game, and it was, like you say, it was such jubilation after the game, because not many teams will go there, as was proven at the end of the season, and win. It doesn't matter what level you're playing at, to score 7 goals away from home, is a phenomenal achievement. The day was weird, it was absolutely torrential rain. They wanted the game called off. I don't think there was much in it for the first 20 minutes, and then we've scored, and then we've got a penalty, and then every time we went forward, it looked as though we were going to score.
I didn't see us, but he heard us, and he cut it back, and it felt to Shane, and Shane's being challenged, and it just felt us, and you just got to try and hit the target in them situations, put it away from the keeper, and it's gone top corner and got us back in the game.
Horrendous refereeing decision, which will rank up there with me 700 games I think I've done. That is the worst decision I've ever seen. And then Ryan Hall, where the two lads have clattered into each other, and 1v1 he slotted it in, and you know, that was, like you said, I think that was a big defining moment in the season, because like you said, we were a little bit flat, and the win was, we celebrated in the dressing rooms, we won the league, you know, but we've used that benchmark in March, and we used it in April, and that's the levels that we wanted to get to. It was a perfect performance really, and you can look at them and say they didn't have this, they didn't have that, or whatever, or they weren't focused, or you can look at all sorts. But I think if they had a full side, or if they were focused on that day, I think it would have been a very tough side to beat Spennymoor on that day, you know. 1-0 down, yeah, from a penalty, and it was, you know, we were really poor, and you know, yes, sometimes I rant and rave and midge, and Tommy will be the calming influence a little bit, but you know, I think they deserved a rollick on that day, because we hadn't even started against our, you know, so-called local rivals at this level. But second half, like I say, a moment of magic. We sat on the bench questioning what the heck he's doing, shooting from 35 yards, you know.
It's nudged to the side and Taylor will fire it. Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
And then Brogan's had a bit of magic with a left foot curler, free kick, and we've gone on to win the game.
Good noise being made there. Can their side reward them with a goal here from the Stephen Brogan corner? It's driven with the left foot to the penalty spot. Taylor scores! And it's that man again, Cameron.
Well, the success is down to good management by, you know, Tommy and Midge. You know, good coaching by Tommy and Midge. You know, we don't just put 11 players out there on the pitch and expect them to work things. But, you know, we do set plays. We work hard at that. You know, I've got a fantastic management team who've been brilliant all season. But you don't get them results without having a real close team spirit. You know, and like I said, there's been games where we've been really poor, but got over the line just through sheer team spirit and effort and that willingness to go the extra yard for each other.
I'm glad to be back home. You know, living at home, especially with having a baby. You know, for the full family and stuff. And I was looking forward to coming to this club. Obviously, I've knew Jay for a few years now. I know a couple of lads at the club that helped me settle in and that. And the boys just easy going, really. You know, normal lads. The full group's like got a good bond, good friendship and stuff. So it's good to come into a group like that, and there's no little section groups. You know, just one big group, and it's a good laugh here.
It was Tuesday night before the game. I got the call to go along to the manager's office. Usually you're not playing, so I was a little bit shocked, but on the way along Baz was like, I don't think it's that. And then when I got in, obviously Jason said, just want to congratulate you on you've been voted February Player of the Month in the league. Obviously it's a great honour. All the other coaches congratulated us, and yeah, we had a couple of minutes talking about it, and then the MD, Tony, came in. He said a few things, and then that was it. Yeah, so it was good to hear. Obviously, you're just thinking about the game, so you know, put it at the back of my mind. And obviously, when Leachy said to come today, yeah, you start thinking about it a bit more.
We needed that because we'd gone from sort of just beyond the playoffs to right up there challenging for the league title. Stockport. You know, again, it shows you the measure of the football club at where we are now. That the highest record crowd was at Stockport County to watch Spennymoor v Stockport. You know, and I think that's still the record crowd now, over 6,500 there. Instead of sort of, you know, there was a real sense of disbelief that we hadn't got a result there, and probably that took it out of us a little bit more than we thought it would. Well, we had a lot of chatting in the changing rooms after the game. But what was pleasing after myself, Tommy and Midge had our say. You know, the players had it out with one another. You know, and that's how close they are. You know, they can say things what they're meaning there, and it doesn't get out. And there was fingers pointed at quite a few things that we hadn't done. No successful team gets outworked. You know, and you might lack that bit of quality, which we have done on certain occasions, and we've got over the line. But I just couldn't see that coming. I couldn't see that. But you know, and you credit to Ashton because they were really up for it, and they needed the win for the fight for their survival.
Score a goal like that, you know, to send us into playoffs, the feeling was unbelievable. And I turned up a bit late today, so quite a lot late. So hopefully I've repaid Jay and Tommy and the management and the lads, because shouldn't have been late. Obviously got dropped for that, which you should. And yeah, just hopefully I've repaid them, and it was such a great goal and a great feeling.
For us to finish the season on a high, and I felt as though the performance on the day warranted a victory. You know, we'd hit the post a couple of times, we'd had near misses, they hadn't created a great deal. And I think it was only fitting, like I said, that the Conference North Player of the Year scored the goal because of the phenomenal season that the lad had had.
DURHAM to deliver into the 6-yard box. It's goals! Wins it for Spennymoor! The scenes behind that goal. There's people falling over the walls. Unbelievable scenes at the Brewery Field. The roof's come off. Spennymoor have won it.
I'm a fickler for football. I watch any football, you know, and every playoff I've watched this week, the last week, they're not great games, you know, and that was the case for us. I honestly don't think the pitch helped against Bradford. We had a big crowd there, but that just epitomised what we're about, you know. We weren't great at all. We dug in. We didn't concede a lot of chances. And a moment of magic from Lewis, who like I said, he started slow when he came into the club, but he certainly gained momentum that day with an unbelievable finish.
Harrison's won it back in the centre circle. Looks to be a great ball through all. If Horton's first touch was better, he was in. And he's looking to call the ball. Oh! What a goal! Lewis ahead! Horton's first goal!
It was a very tough game, scrappy. We didn't play our best, but they're the games that you enjoy when you have to battle and scrape through and end up getting a win. And off to semi-finals, the goal feels even better. I know it's my first goal, but to put us through to semi-finals, it feels immense. But the
the defenders as well throughout the game. After we went 1-0 up, just keeper didn't have to make a save, won every single header. Brilliant.
Like I said, it was always going to be a mistake or a moment of magic to won that one, and we were just delighted to get through to the next game. Really exciting 0-0 draw. I thought the first half was poor from both sides. I thought it was erratic, but the second half had chances galore. You know, they had chances that they should have scored. Boise could have probably scored. It was end-to-end stuff, and how it was a 0-0 draw, only everybody will know on the pitch, you know. But it was one of them where, when you look at it and you think, well, we've missed one, and then they've only needed one to score to win, and the sky's over the bar. You know, you just think it's going to be your year.
That's it for extra time, and it's finished here in extra time. Brackley Town 0, Spennymoor Town 0 in this Vanarama National League North playoff semi-final, and it's going to penalties here.
I predicted penalties. It's not that I wanted penalties, because my legs are shaking because I'm that nervous.
They've won the toss and they're going in front of the Spennymoor fans.
This is him.
Come on, Chorley. And Prosser steps up, and he's buried it bottom right corner. Can Danny Lewis save it? And Taylor's nailed it. Mark Anderson stepping up now. Saved back into the net. Robert Ramshaw. It's saved by Danny Lewis. Have to score. Got to score, and he has. Liam Lovu. Yes, 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 come on, boys, come on. Nails it, yes. They put it over the bar. This is it now. This is it. Come on, Lewis. Lewis Hawkins. Yes! Spennymoor Town are through to even the National League North playoff final! Come here! Get in there! Get in!
Spennymoor won a dramatic sudden death penalty shootout last weekend to book their place in Sunday's playoff final at Chorley. It was an emotional day for manager Jason Ainsley, whose day job is head of Year 11 at Mortimer Community College in South Shields. He's taken the club to 4 promotions in his time there, win at the weekend, and it'll be 5.
I think it was 10 years ago we were playing the Northern League Second Division in front of 50 people, and we went to Brackley in the semi-final of the playoffs, and we took 600 supporters. And I believe there's about 14-15 coaches already sold out for the game against Chorley. So you just have to pinch yourself on the journey that we've been on with the Vars final, Wembley win, 2013, a first round proper tie in the FA Cup against Milton Keynes, and like I say, a couple of Evo stick promotions amongst the way.
But Jason knows he'll have to do more than play the percentage game at Chorley.
It's mad how things just pan out, because we beat them the second last game of the season 1-0. in the 93rd minute to prevent them winning the league. So it's sod's law that we're going there and they've got an opportunity to take that place instead of us. We've beat them twice this season, you know, that goes out the window in the playoffs. It's a really tough place to go. We'll give everything we can. We've got a fantastic group of footballers at the club, a fantastic management team behind me, and I'll be walking on air on Monday if we manage to accomplish what we need to do. Being involved in a game of that magnitude was fantastic for the club. One, that we weren't going there just to make the numbers up. To see the amount of buses that were there, to come through the Spennymoor end and see, you know, 1,200-1,300 supporters there. Sunny day, and it was a cagey game. There was nothing in the game. They had a bit more possession than we did. We didn't create a great deal. Did we deserve to win the game over 90 minutes? No, I don't think we did.
is broken to deliver the resulting cross. Glanced on. Anderson pours down on the textbook. He's still a good chance. Yes! It's Taylor! It's 1-1! 1-1!
When you get the penalties and they miss the first two, you just think your name's on it. You know, you sometimes think, you know, it's your year again. And you know, Rob Ramshaw, who wanted to make the rights wrong from the week before, if that's what you say. You know, he had the gumption to take that penalty when he didn't need to. AJ, who you'd put your money on, who at first we thought wouldn't start pre-season. We thought he'd be out for 3 months, but it showed you how much it meant to him that he wanted to get back involved in that game. Because I'm an emotional person as it is, but I felt I kept it strong on the pitch until I seen them lads in tears, you know, and it just shows you what it meant to the group. You know, we had some really disappointed players in that dressing room. But when you look back, immensely proud, you know, because like I said, Chorley finished second. They were in there first and second all season. And if you got beat to somebody, you don't mind it being them. But I'd love to take you back again and take the penalties again. We've got that real togetherness, you know, and like I said, I can't be prouder of the club as a whole. You know, we've got a managing director in the club now. We've got a head of an academy, and there's a real unity amongst the group, and that's all you can ask for. You know, everybody's singing from the same song sheet, everybody's off the same page, and we want to go one better. But so there's 22 other clubs in that league, and the teams that have come up will be even stronger. So we've got a plan, right? You know, we'll do everything right. We'll speak to our players first, which we've already done, and then we'll look at targets that we think are going to improve the squad.